Hare Krishna. Would anyone like to take the lead and share their learnings from the session? Mark. Sarbari Mataji, yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The session, I mean, he is explaining, Maharaj is explaining very, very nicely what is what. So I'm really appreciating it, and I'm also feeling that this entire group who logs in and hears this thing every day, that means definitely we have developed a taste for this thing. So that's basically appreciating myself along with all of us that we have progressed somewhere. Like in yesterday's session, we were discussing how much miles of ignorance we have on our bodies, but at least that miles of ignorance to some extent is getting reduced. So that was one good thing. And I would also like you or Shamkun Prabhu to just clarify a little bit more, like Maharaja was saying, what are the Samhitas, the Upanishads, the Gita, the Srimad Bhagavad very precisely. So if someone, anyone in this group can just tell this for my noting purposes, that would be nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone would like to provide the answer to Sarbari Mataji regarding the Upanishads? And
Prabhu, what was the
anything
question?
else? Yes, Prabhu, please.
What was the question?
The question was, Mataji was asking for more about what the Upanishads and the components of the Vedas are essentially.
Yes, basically not more, but in very precise words. Like Gita was said is something spoken by Krishna, and then Samhitas are the mantras. So just like that, in a very summarized form, what is what? Because all these terms we keep on hearing, I just want to know what is what, those precise definitions, basically.
Okay, so Vedas are actually mainly divided into two categories. One is called Shruti, and another is called as Smriti. And Shruti is what called as we being heard, and Smriti is what is called as remembered. So in Shruti, that means the Vedic literature, and typically outside people, they believe that the Veda is only the section which is come under the category of Shruti. And in Shruti, we have Vedas, which are the four Vedas, Upavedas, and Upanishads. And there are 108 Upanishads. And the main Srila Prabhupada has translated and given a commentary as Ishopanishad. Upa means near, and Nishad means to hear from the spiritual master sitting near him. It is what called as Upanishad. So Upanishad mainly talks about the Lord as in impersonal form mainly. There are also some shlokas in Upanishads like Ishopanishad, Hiranyamaya Patrena. So where, oh Lord, remove your effulgence, dazzling effulgence, so that I can see your Mukhena Patran, the face. So there are some shlokas which also talks personal aspect, but mainly it talks about the Brahman form. Instead of I'm saying impersonal, but I'll say Brahman things, which is given more in the Upanishad. The other things comes in the Smriti. It is Itihasa and Puranas. So Itihasa is like Ramayana, Mahabharata, and 18 Puranas. And Mahabharata, we have Bhagavad Gita. So there is a Shruti and there is a Smriti. So under Smriti comes the right side, all the other Itihas and Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, 18 Puranas, and Bhagavad Gita also comes into that technically. And in Shruti, we have all four Vedas, Upanishads, Upavedas, everything comes into these things. So Smriti is what remembered, remembered and written format. Shruti is mainly comes what we heard from the Guru Parampara. Does that help, Mataji? Just a quick overview.
Yes, Prabhu, it's quite detailed and a little bit complex also, but thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I will share one table actually, which is clearly tell all the scripture, etc. I will share the table in the group. You'll get the idea.
Thank you, Prabhu. That will really help. Thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else would like to ask? And I think Prabhu also mentioned about the Vedanta Sutras or Brahma Sutras as well, which basically Vyasadeva was trying to summarize and systematize the teachings of all the Upanishads. Hare Krishna, anyone else would like to share? There's one interesting thing which I noted was when Sukadev Goswami, Maharaj was mentioning that Sukadev Goswami said, I do not know whether Maharaj was saying the literal words of Sukadev Goswami, but Sukadev Goswami says that I learned the Srimad Bhagavatam from my father, Vyasadeva. That's very interesting. He's a person who, as soon as he's born, he immediately walks away. He does not have the bodily conception of life. He's truly completely elevated, and yet he recognizes and acknowledges and is grateful to Vyasadeva, and he calls him his father. Just wondering what that means for us. Hare Krishna. Kumarika Mataji, would you like to add anything?
Nothing, Prabhu, from my side.
Okay, Mataji. Anyone else? Okay, it's 10:31. We can take one last contribution by anyone if they wish. I don't think Shyamkun Prabhu is with us. Vinodini Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Shamkun Prabhu is not here.
Okay. Would you like to add anything, Mataji?
Actually, sorry, Prabhu. I joined late. I was hearing the live procrastination lecture and lost track of time here.
Okay.
But
Okay.
answering to your question, when Shukadev Goswami left home, it was Vyasa who started reciting the beautiful verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, which Shukadev Goswami heard, and then he came back home. So that's how, although he was a self-realized soul, this Atma Rama verse says that although he was self-realized, one finds relishment or great nourishment in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why he is considered to be his teacher. Maybe Hema Sundari Mataji just finished the first canto. She can add some things to it, Prabhu.
Hemasundari Mataji, would you like to add anything before we close?
Nothing else, Prabhu. Like what Mataji said, Vyasdev sent some people to recite, and Shukadev Goswami heard, and then he came back and he learnt it from his father. As you said, I'm not sure if Bhagavatam says he learnt it from his father, but in many places he acknowledges Vyasdev. Shukadev Goswami acknowledges Vyasdev that he learned from Vyasdev. But I'm not sure if he correctly used the word father. As you said, I'm not aware of that. I'll go through and I'll check and get back to us.
Thank you. The reason why I sort of thought it was interesting was when we go back to King Chitraketu and his son's soul is brought back and he says, I could have been your father or your child or your enemy in the previous life. So he says this bodily relationship is not what I recognize. But at the same time, Sukadev Goswami is recognizing the father-son relationship here. So where is the balance and how do we take it as, the conception of attachment and detachment in a family life? So I was trying to actually push along in that way. Thank you, Mataji. Probably we'll take this up in the next class. And Hare Krishna. Thank you. We will close for today. And
Somsheta Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Are you in Japan or Australia?
Oh, I'm in Japan, Prabhu. So it's a comfortable time for me. It's about 10:30 in the
10:31. So
morning
I was
for me.
wondering where is this 10:31 coming from?
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Very keen eyes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.